first time to Israel. He's with us, he's with our leader, and he is fighting everywhere and meeting many people, lots of important people who is trying, he's trying his best to help to free
so I can cover this.
So I represent to you Shaul Mazen.
Thank you, Rachel. I've met Mr. Kanu several times here in Israel. I interview him also in the radio and TV. And I met a wonderful person, kind, clear, honest, a real leader of the jury of Biafra. And I beg the ambassador of the British Embassy, please let Nnamdi Kanu go free from jail, from persecution, and take care of him. I know that his situation there is very dangerous for his life. He is sick. He needs pills, he doesn't get it, even the food. We would like to beg and to ask. We would like to beg and ask. Please free him and give liberty, give freedom to all the Biafran Jewry.
This country, I'm telling you now, and that's why you don't want to know. In May of this year, there were 679 male youths murdered by the military in Biafra land. In a Commonwealth country, you tell me any other Commonwealth country where nearly 700 people are murdered in 40 days and you don't broadcast it? Why? Why can you keep quiet? The atrocities that are happening there would not be allowed in any other country in the world. And yet you accept it because you're corrupt. You are corrupt to the core. And eventually when Biafra gets its freedom, which he will do, whether you people want it or not, then the truth will come out and it will not look favourable on the UK. Because when the UK loses all its interest in Africa, which again it will do because the African countries are sick of being ruled by corrupt people. And the biggest corruption of all is from the UK. No two ways about it. And when the African countries are free, nobody will come to bail out the UK. I'm telling you now, because of everything you've done throughout the world. We say you can't rewrite history. No, you can't. Yes. But you can try and change the future. Yes. And you have no regard whatsoever for human life. It's as simple as that. Yes. You talk about Black Lives Matter. It matters nothing to you whatsoever. In fact, no lives matter to you as long as it doesn't affect the ruling of your resources which you're getting from the African countries. So, but we'll be back here. We'll be back here again, and we'll be back here until you listen and you allow Biafra a referendum and they will be free. God bless. All hail Biafra.
Hello, good evening, viewers. This is Satellite Media. The Biafra evangelist, Evangelist Ben. Let us look at this protest that erupted in Israel. The people demanding for the release of Pastor Nnamdi. You can clearly see Igbos, Biafrans, and Israeli citizens demanding for the release of Nnamdi. Let me get a immediate reaction.
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you're watching us from. I remember my humble self, that Biafran evangelist, that will always speak on the axis of the truth and nothing but the truth. I'm ready to end by it. You know, I am very, very much happy that our brothers are now seeing the truth of what we that are here are crying for. That the truth has been marginalized and truth has been covered, truth has been destroyed. in this country. And when you speak the truth, you become an enemy. You know, I am happy that the people in Israel are now protesting for the freedom of their own son. And let me tell you this, you know, Igbos came from the ashes of Seth, the third son of Adam. And where the current Israel today that you and I are talking about came from the generation of Abraham. So they are now protesting, fighting for the freedom of their brother that is under captivity of Nigeria, the captivity of the Fulanis, the captivity of Nnamdi Kanu statement called Zoo. Do you understand me? And if you watch, what makes Nnamdi Kanu to stand against the darkness country called Nigeria is because of the attitude. And for your information, in the first instant of Nnamdi Kanu movement, he moved the motion on how that Nigeria will go in a better way, so that the Easterns, the Biafrans, in their own side will have equal right that the Northerners have, and likewise the Yorubas. And this equal right is what Nigeria have deprived the Biafrans. And for your information, I want you this opportunity again to throw more light. What brought the civil war was not as a result of Ojukwu disagreement. It was as a result of the British not wanting Nigeria to develop. If you go and study about the Aburi Accord, you will discover that Ojukwu meant well for Nigeria, but the British did not mean well for Nigeria. They are the one who scattered and divided Nigeria and caused the war and brought the war, and that was why they collided with the Russia and to kill the Igbos, to commit the genocide, and which they go on today is the president that signed it up for them to come and kill us.
We understand that they say blood is thicker than water. Could that be the reason we are seeing this massive protest in Israel?
That is why I refer you back to the Bible, where it started. Do you understand me? That is why today the Israelis are now protesting, telling the world that you are holding their brother captive, because Egypt, Pharaoh, must allow the Israelis anywhere they are to be free. It has been mandated by God in the realm of the spirit that Biafrans, which are the Israelis, must not be in bondage any longer. So Nigeria shouldn't be the ashes of which the Biafrans should remain in bondage.
But I understand that the Court of Appeal in Nigeria at the point ruled that Nnamdi Kanu was extraordinary rendition from Kenya to Nigeria and saw that it should be released unconditionally. And consequent upon that, we saw UN working group on arbitrary detention asking the Nigerian government to release Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. But the Nigerian government has not obeyed that, and the case is still on. But the way it stands, do you see Israel? Because there's a trending video, another one, where some Israelis said that they will never abandon Biafra. That their government, the same way their government helped Biafra during the war, that they stand by Biafra.
Yes, you know, it's talking about what? Obeying the court order. And let me tell you this, the UN have come, the Israeli and other departments have come to Nigeria. Yes, I understand the fact that Nigeria is a Soviet nation. You understand me? I know this. But being a Soviet nation, there is a limit of which you can act against the human right. Even the right of your citizens, you cannot continue to deprive them of their rights. You understand? It works to some extent. So Nigeria should adhere to the what? To the advice and instruction given to them by this department, by all these both international and the local departments. In a country like Nigeria, they're not supposed to go Nnamdi Kanu up to this very day, because you dare not violate your own law by yourself.
Well, You use your hand set law. And
yeah, you set the law and you break the law. You see the angle that Nnamdi Kanu stood, and that if you check it, you will see that Nnamdi Kanu is holding Nigeria according to Nigerian law, not even international law, but according to Nigerian law. You see why Nigeria is finding it difficult, and they cannot have a better backup from the international standard, international countries. Do you know that whenever I think of this country called Nigeria, I weep? Because the reputation of this country is going down every day. It's going down every day. Nigeria doesn't have respect anymore in international basis. You understand me? They don't have a value again.
Now talk to us about those Israelis who said that the same way Israeli government supported Biafra during the war, that they will always stand by Biafra.
Let me tell you, Israel did not actually support Biafra during the war. In 1967, they did not actually, they have it in mind, but you know, as at that time, Israel was facing a series of war. There were facing about 7 countries in the war, which at the end of the day, so they were too busy. You get it? They were too busy to help. But the game has changed now, because this time around, if anything should erupt, it will not going to be easy, because they will come out fully and they are giving you the sign. They are telling you now that these people, they are not going to leave them. They have seen it, that these people are their brothers, they are family, they are blood. And you have already said it, that blood is thicker than water. So I cannot allow my blood to be messed up or to be wasted like that. My blood is my blood. If anything happens to my blood, I have the feelings. What touches my brother touches me. Okay, so that is what they are telling Nigeria, the impression they are bringing to the world, that these people are our brothers, that you dare not treat them anyhow. The way you have treated them, enough of it.
Okay, now let me bring this angle. The reason I bring this angle is very clear, because we understand that part of the reason we are seeing agitation for the sovereignty of Biafra because of the excesses of Fulani militias. And we have seen serious killing. They recently happened in Ondo. We have seen the one in Benue. We have seen the one in Benue. We have seen the one in Ebonyi. We have seen the one in Enugu. We have seen the one in Enugu.
Yes.
But surprisingly, this recent increase in Fulani military killing started after the American Air Force Commander for Africa and Europe, talking about James Hecker, made it very clear that American government will be targeting terrorists in Africa. And as we speak, they already hit some terrorists in Somalia. Do you think Americans' position is fueling Fulani military to kill more in Nigeria?
Yes, in a way, it's fueling them, because it's like a triggering the spirit of anger in them. And these are one of the reasons why we, the Biafrans, which our leaders, Nnamdi Kanu, that is in the custody of Nigeria, is now saying that because of this killing, and the federal government is not doing anything on this, let everybody answer his father's name.
Oh, yes.
And let me tell you this, but before Uncle will answer your own papa name, now my papa name I go answer. And let me tell you this, have you ever seen where a Fulani man being arrested and judged to death sentence and give death sentence? Have you ever seen that in Nigeria? Many of them that have been captured they have joined them with the military, say they have repented Boko Haram.
But not all Fulani are criminals anyway. But the point here is,
I know that.
Currently as we speak, the chairman of Nature talking about Bodejo is in detention because federal government through Nigerian army accused him of banditry. And he was arrested and detained. Federal government has secured a court order to keep him for 2 months to enable them to conclude investigation.
What stopped them not to call him, tag him terrorist, and judge him to death? And
no, he has not been tried and found wanted by anyone.
He has not been tried. But a man in Benue who defended himself in his own land, which Fulani came to attack him, to kill him, to take his life in his own farmland. He defended himself. Nigeria quickly capture him and sentence him to death. Then Simon Ekpan, they quickly conclude and call IPOB and Simon Ekpan a terrorist, and Simon Ekpan the sponsor of terrorists. Tinubu said that.
I will still come back to this Fulani military, but let me quickly bring this angle, because as we speak, the world talking about maybe UN, European Union, talking about maybe countries of the world like America, Britain, Russia, name it, did not see IPOB as a terrorist organization. We also saw the redeclaration of Biafra in Latin Finland under the watchful eye of international media. Are you worried that the Nigerian government see them differently from the way they work?
Yes, I am worried, and that is why they are maltreating us like that. Because if truly that we are terrorists, I don't think that the British will give us asylum. Because you cannot give freedom or free movement from the terrorists to enter into your country. And you know what? That they havoc those terrorists will cause in your country. So we are not terrorists. I want to bring your memory back on what happened in Gaza. Remember that Rafah crossing to Egypt. As at that time, remember, Egypt refused to open border for them to cross to that side. True or false? You remember, because they don't want the Hamas to come and cause problem for them, because they know what they can do. So if truly IPOB is what? Is a terrorist, people like British wouldn't have given us an asylum. So the people of international bodies understand that we are peaceful people. That these people that call us terrorists are the people who intend to Islamize us, but we refuse to be Islamized. Out of that they stood to kill us all.
Okay, now let me
because we refuse to acknowledge.
Let me bring you back to the issue of Fulani military. We understand that going by Global Terrorism Index, Fulani military is the fourth most dangerous terrorist organization in the world. Now, we have agreed that not all Fulani may be criminal.
Yes, of course.
How do we now differentiate between the Fulani militaries who are criminals, who are bandits, from the innocent Fulani?
Yeah.
On one hand. Then secondly, we have seen a...
Let's treat it one after the other.
All right.
Now listen. If you say the all Fulani is not all are banditry, good and fine. Because I see some of them. You understand? They mind their business, they have what they are doing, and they see them being friendly, relating with the people. And some of them hate killing. You understand? Hate killing.
What a wonderful question, the anchor of this good platform. First and foremost, I want to say, someone has come out to say, or has outlined countless times that he said that the Nigerian government cannot win Biafra with a barrel of gold for the second time. Now when he said that, see, Nigerian government cannot win Biafra with a barrel of gold, it means that nobody needs to die for them to exit Nigeria. Now, Ojogun fought Biafra in a different dimension. Now, Kanu did it via his own dimension. So everybody is taking it globally. And now, we've seen world body recognize Biafra. We've seen the UN and then some other global body have come out to endorse the Biafra struggle. So kudos to him, it is a plus. Some persons have come out to say that Samonekpa should be discredited, the likes of Ohanes Edigbo and that of the Southeastern governors. But my question is that you said Samonekpa should not be taken serious. Then who should be taken serious? The government who is not willing to protect our people? Is it the people who have refused to speak up when the Igbo man has been marginalized in the country? Is it the same governors who have become a tools in the hands of their Fulani master? So for you to even have a character like Samonekpa and Nnamdi Kanu to have come out to say enough is enough, that we are tired of this contraption called one Nigerians. It shows that these people have this mindset that, see, they can no longer be the slave. So for him to have even gone as far as to hire lobbyists that will speak on behalf of Biafra in the world, in the UN summit. To me, it's a plus, and that alone, the voice of Biafrans will be heard globally, and the voice of an Igbo man is also being heard globally. Now, let me take it back the line. When Southern Sudan and South Sudan wanted parted ways, nobody killed each other. Nobody go through the route of violence. It was done amicably. So Samonekpa is doing it amicably for him to convince world leaders that this thing is possible, and why the government of the day, the present government of Nigeria, are not seeing it that way. Thank you. You can also to the government, to the Nigerian government, be worried about it. Why would they be worried? The same people have sent assassins to kill Samonekpa. Now only he has escaped. So see, one thing about it is that the government of the day, they are panicking. There's panic. You know what it is now? Say a particular tribe, or a major tribe, to exit your country. You know how an Igbo man is. You know the investment of an Igbo man is in the country. Now imagine in Nigeria without an Igbo man. Let's just imagine that. I mean, dominance. That means the outside man would now dominate virtually every government parastatals in Nigeria. So now the reason why the Igbo man is still believe that's Nigeria is because the Igbo man is still in the conception called Nigeria. But eventually, if the Igbo man leaves, my brother, the Igbo man will know the true meaning of Nigeria. And then
propelled grenade, they had their tanks, they had what's that again? Ogunige. Now they had all of that. When the war ended, this was dismantled. I was a kid, I went to the vice president of Nigeria, Vice Admiral. I said, why did you disband the military industrial complex of Biafra? We could have been integrated into Nigeria, and by now we could have had the nuclear bomb. And he said to me, the reason was they felt Biafra would rise again. And so as a child, I went to Uli Airstrip, and I saw Uli Airstrip had every 10 meters they dug a hole because they did not want the planes to land in Uli. And I saw the governor the other day, and he said till today they cannot surface that road properly because of the damage caused by Nigerian forces, because they felt Biafra would rise one day. We are the cause of our problem. We are the cause of our problem. Biafra had a military industrial complex, and it was developed out of necessity. If you look at nations of the world, and nations that have a powerful military industrial complex, most of these nations developed their military out of necessity. Israel, after the state was set up after the Second World War in 1947, I think, they felt encircled by the Arabs, and they felt they needed a military industrial complex to survive as a nation. South Africa, they felt encircled, and they needed to fight and protect the white minority government in South Africa. So they had to develop a military industrial complex. Rich people like us who enjoy buying weapons abroad do not feel the need to spend money on research and development on a military. But we pay the ultimate price. We pay the ultimate price. You won't. Pay attention. Biafra won't rise again. We pay the ultimate price. We must spend money on research and development. The brightest, smartest engineers, professors, folks in Nigeria live abroad developing weapons for other nations of the world. The technology exists. It is not rocket science. The scientists who are Nigerians exist. To put this together is not very expensive. There is no need for Nigeria. There is no need for Nigeria to buy bullets. We can make bullets. There is no need for Nigeria to buy AK-47. We can make it. There is no need for Nigeria to buy grenades. We can make it. There is no need for Nigeria to buy drones. We can make it. There is no need for Nigeria to import cars. We can make it. The military industrial complex, well funded, developed by Nigerians for Nigerians, will guarantee We will fight the war against these insurgents for next to nothing, because it will provide jobs. We have the technological base, it already exists. We could export our equipment.